Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make some super easy leg warmers, and you can use any yarn you like. I actually just used this one for a different tutorial, but I have a whole bunch of this that was left over, and it's so soft. I thought this is actually perfect for these leg warmers that I'm going to make. It's just one of those really soft baby yarns. But like I said, it doesn't really matter what yarn you use. It might change the texture, the thickness a little bit, but not big enough of a difference to really matter for something like leg warmers. And I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. So the size I'm going to be working on is for a little girl she's age 5. So just depending, there is a size chart available. You can click in the description below if you need a size chart for a different age, but I would say these would be perfect for anywhere, I would say age 4 to 7. So you're going to start with making your slip knot loop. You're going to wrap the yarn around your finger, pull up a little piece, push it under and pull through like this. Then you're going to put your hook through. Okay, and you're going to start by making a chain of 23. All right, so just get the yarn comfy on your hand there. And the way to do a chain is you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook and pull it through the loop. Okay, wrap the yarn around, pull it through. Wrap it around your hook and pull it through. So you're going to go ahead and do that for 23. And then come back. So pause the video, do 23 chains, and then come back. Okay, so now what you're going to do is attach that last chain that you made to the very first chain. Run your thumb along to make sure it doesn't twist. You're going to attach it with a slip stitch. You're going to push the hook through, wrap it around, and pull it right through both loops. Okay, now you've got this ring. Okay. So now you've got this ring, and you're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull again. And then going into this first chain of the round, we're going to do a half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over your hook, push it through the chain, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now you're going to have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And that's a half double crochet. So let's do it again into the next chain. So you're going to do 1 half double crochet into every chain all the way around. So yarn over your hook, push it through the chain, yarn over your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, so you're just going to now go ahead and do 1 half double crochet, sorry about that, 1 half double crochet in every chain all the way around, and then come back. Okay, so now you're back at the beginning, and you're going to close this round. You're going to do this with each round. You're going to close it with a slip stitch into the top of your chain 2 space from the start of that round. So you're just going to push your hook right into the top of the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, so now that's how you're going to complete every round. And then you're going to chain 2 to begin your new round. And now you're going to go and do a half double crochet in every single stitch. So now you're working in the stitch instead of the chain. So when you look at the stitches from the top, you can see they're kind of a V shape. Your hook has to go through the whole thing. So I'll show you what that looks like. You're going to yarn over and push your hook right through so you can see the V on the top there. Yarn over and pull up a loop and complete your half double crochet. Okay, so you're going to do that in every stitch all the way around. You're going to close every round with a slip stitch in the top of your chain 2 space. That's how you end each round, and you're going to begin a new one by chaining 2. So you're going to repeat this by doing 1 half double crochet in every stitch around, close with a slip stitch, chain 2. You're going to do that for a total of 4 rounds. this first round counts as 1. So now you're about to begin round 2. You're going to come back to this video after you've completed a total of 4. Okay, so now that you've finished doing your 4 rows, or 4 rounds, we're going to begin with, so this is the cuff at the ankle, and now we're going to begin with the leg portion. So what you're going to do is chain 1, and you're going to do a single crochet into that first stitch. So you push your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. That's a single crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, and into the next stitch you're going to do a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over your hook, push it through the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops on your hook. Okay, now you're going to chain 1, and you're going to single crochet into the next. So you're going to continue with this alternating pattern, and chain 1 and double crochet, chain 1 and single crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. Okay, so go ahead and just continue on with alternating this pattern all the way around between the single crochet, double crochet, and just make sure that you chain 1 in between each stitch, and then come back when you get back to the start. Okay, so now that you finished that pattern all the way around, you're going to close the round by doing a slip stitch into that chain 1 space that you began the round with. So you're going to push your hook in and pull it right through for a slip stitch. You're going to close every round with a slip stitch in the chain 1 space, and you're going to begin each new round with another chain 1. Okay, so now we're going to begin our decreases, and we're going to be working around these chain 1 spaces, not into any stitches. So we're going to begin with doing 2 single crochet decreases. So you're going to take your hook and put it around that first chain 1 space, yarn over and pull up a loop. And then you're going to take your hook and put it in that around that next chain 1 space, yarn over and pull up a loop. So we're taking these 2 and turning it into 1 stitch. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay? And just so it doesn't get too confusing where we started here, let's take a stitch marker and put it right underneath our chain 1 space. It's just, okay, sorry about that. My hook had let go of that decrease I just did. So I put a stitch marker just underneath that chain 1 space. It's just a piece of yarn that's just kind of hanging halfway there like this, so I know where my row begins. So I know just above this is my chain 1 space to end this round, because it kind of blends in a little and it can be a little confusing. So we just did 1 decrease. Now let's do another. So you're going to take your hook and put it around that first chain 1 space, pull up a loop and put it in the next one and pull up a loop. Then you're going to wrap it around and pull it through all 3. So that's 2 decreases that we just did. And now we're going to do a single crochet, just 1 single crochet around the next 6 spaces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're going to do another single crochet decrease right here with these 2 here. We're going to put our hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on our hook, and now we're going to do 1 single crochet into these next 6 spaces here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and we're going to finish off with 2 single crochet decreases at the end here. Okay. And there's our chain 1 space right above our stitch marker here. And we're going to push our hook in and close this round with a slip stitch into that chain 1 space. And we're going to chain 1 to begin our next round. Okay, so now you should have a total of 17 stitches all the way around. And we're going to begin our next round. Okay, so now we're going to be working into our stitches. So here's our chain 1. And this is our first stitch right here. We're going to do a single crochet, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, and we're going to chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and you're going to repeat this pattern all the way around, alternating between single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Go all the way around. When you get back to the start here, you're going to close with a slip stitch into your chain 1 space and chain 1 to begin the next round, and then come back. Okay, so now that you finished that round, these little spaces that you see here, these chain 1 spaces are what you're going to be working around. You're going to repeat that pattern that you just did. So you're going to do, you will have closed that round with a slip stitch and chain 1. So now you would do a single crochet into this space, chain 1, double crochet around this space, chain 1. I'll show you. It would look like this. Single crochet around that space, chain 1, double crochet around this next space, chain 1. Okay, and of these spaces you should have a total of 17. That's how you'll know that you're staying on track. You should always have 17, okay, going around. And you're going to continue these rows going up now until you have finished a total of 27. So right now you're about to begin number 2. What you might want to do at this point to help you keep track of your rounds is put a stitch marker right here at the start of the very first round that you did, that last one that we just completed. So, and to be honest, I mean, I really should be using a piece of yarn that's a different color than the yarn I'm working with. It just makes it stand out a bit more, but it doesn't really matter as long as you keep an eye out for it. So I know here this yarn lining up with this row, this is row 1, and I'm going to keep on going for a total of 27 rounds, and then come back and I'll show you how to finish this off. Okay, so now that you finished that last round, you're going to begin this next one, of course, with your chain 1. And what we're going to be doing is a half double crochet into each stitch. So this time, for this round, we're going to be skipping the chain 1 spaces and we're going to be working into the stitches. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to do the first few with you. You're going to yarn over your hook, push it through the stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that's a half double crochet. So now we're going to skip over, you're going to go into the stitch. So the stitches are these parts that you can see right above these posts. Okay, so yarn over your hook, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. Skip over the chain 1 and go into the stitch. So you're going to yarn over, push your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. So go ahead and do that, half double crochet all the way around, and you're going to close with your slip stitch into your chain 1 space and chain 1, and then come back. Okay, so you should have your total of 17 all the way around. Okay, and now to make this, because this now with this stitch it's going to be a little bit more tight, so we're going to do 1 round with increase. So you're going to go ahead and yarn over, do a half double crochet into the first stitch, and then do increase. So we're going to do 2 half double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. Okay, and do a half double crochet in the following 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another increase. So we're going to do 2 here into that one same stitch. Okay, and we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to do 2 here. And then you're just going to finish off the round with 1 half double crochet in each one. Oops. Okay, and you're going to close with a slip stitch in your chain 1 space. And chain 1. Okay, so now you're going to do 3 more rounds of a half double crochet in each stitch and come back. Okay, so now that you've finished those rounds for your cuff, you're just going to, when you close with a slip stitch, you're just going to pull a little bit of extra yarn up, take your scissors and fasten it off, pull it through, and using a yarn needle, you're just going to weave this tail end in and out of some of the stitches discreetly to hide it, which will just really secure it. And you can go back and use a yarn needle, take out our stitch marker here, and you can use a yarn needle to do the same thing with this tail that you started with and just weave it in and out of the stitches to hide it. And that's it, you're done.